G.1.c is finding the midpoint and distance given 2 points. So I give you the formulas. I have written them there. And so the biggest thing is you have to decide which one to use. So here are some keywords, just so to remind you. If it says distance, if it says length, or maybe find AB, which means the length of that segment. So those are some keywords here. The only keyword for midpoint is midpoint. It says find the midpoint, and there it is. If it says find the midpoint of those 2 points, it's not going to be distance. It's going to be our midpoint formula. So, first job, x1, y1, x2, y2, and I know some of you don't need to do that, but it will help you tremendously of figuring out which one to put where. So I have 3 plus 5 divided by 2, and then my next point is negative 4 plus 4 divided by 2. And that's my midpoint, so my midpoint, 3 plus 5 is 8, divided by 2 is 4. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. So here is my midpoint. You add up the 2 numbers, divided by 2. Remember, it is the average. That's where the 2 comes in. Next question, it says find AB if AB is those 2 points. Well, AB, remember, is the length of that line. That means that we are going to use distance, not midpoint. So I plug in my numbers. So AB. So I need to put in x1, y1, x2, y2. So I have 5 minus 3 squared plus 4 minus negative 4 squared. And I leave a minus negative 4 because then I can go back and go, oh, I know, it's a plus positive. So 5 minus 3 is 2. 4 plus 4 is 8. And I have 2 squared is 4. 8 squared is 64. So I have the square root of 68. So my final answer, I need to go get my calculator. So I have the square root of 68, and it is 8.246. And that is my final answer. So that is how we do midpoint and distance formula.